Hello students, today's lecture is on effective length of an antenna. Effective length is a measure of how much an antenna is effective as a radiator. Ideally, antenna is using its full length, but practically antenna is using its effective length for radiating. To know the capacity of antenna as a radiator, we have to find out the effective length of an antenna. For this, I am assuming a dipole antenna placed at z is equals to 0 having a length L and its upper length is L by 2 and its lower length is minus L by 2. Its terminal current is I0 which is maximum and its current at the edges is minimum. We are assuming an imaginary dipole antenna also which has a uniform current I0 throughout its length and its length is LE which is effective length of an antenna. So, the effective length of an antenna carrying peak current I0 is defined as a dipole antenna having a current I0 is defined as effective length of this antenna is defined as the length of an imaginary linear antenna. Means this is the imaginary linear antenna with an uniform distributed current. It has a uniform distributed current I0 throughout its length such that both antenna have a same far field. These both antenna have a same far field. So this is the effective length of this practical antenna. For to calculate this effective length, we are using this as a I0 as imaginary. But this effective length is less than the original length. For this, we are having an example. We have a glass of water. A glass is not uniform throughout, but we have another glass which is uniform. We pour this water into the uniform glass. Then we are noticing this. We are noticing this glass has a height which is less than this original glass. So this is the effective height. This phenomena is used here also. This is the non-uniform current distribution, but we are using uniform current distribution and the field pattern is similar. So the effective length is smaller in this case than this actual length. To find out the effective length, we have a dipole antenna in which the terminal current I0 is current at the terminal of the actual antenna. IZ is the current at any point Z of the antenna. This is the any point in the current distribution is IZ. And this is our imaginary antenna having a current distribution of I0 and its length is LE and it means effective length, and L is the effective length and L is the actual length, means this is the actual length. Now length that has a current I0 at all points along its length and that radiates the same field strength E as the actual antenna. So the effective length in which the current is I0 is uniform along its length and this both antenna has a same electric field strength. So this length is our effective length. So we are equating these two equations. Now we are taking average of the current distributed in this length. So we are averaging minus L by 2 to L by 2. The length of the antenna dz is integrating with respect to current at a point Iz is this, and we are taking average of this current now and is equals to the I0 into Le. I0 is uniformly throughout Le, so we are multiplying this. Now effective length is this and I0 is at the denominator of this, so we are getting this equation. Now this is the average current distribution, so I average into this integrating length is total length is L and we are having I0 as in the denominator. So this is our effective length. Now if we are using the property of integration, so we having 2 at multiplication and this limit is changing from 0 to L by 2. This is another formula for effective length. So this is for the transmitting antenna. Now for receiving antenna, we are having a dipole antenna which is having L is equals to lambda by 2 length, but its effective length we shows LE. It shows the effectiveness of antenna to radiate or to receive the electromagnetic energy. This electric field is coming towards that antenna and voltage is induced into the antenna. V is equals to effective length into electric field. This gives us the voltage induced into the antenna. If we know the electric field and voltage induced, by using these two we can get the effective length of an antenna. Then L is equals to V upon E. Now we are having current distribution. By using current distribution we can also calculate effective length. Length of dipole antenna is equals to lambda by 2 and current distribution is not uniform throughout its length. So at the center we take 1. So at the middle, at the average of sinusoidal average value is 2 by pi is equals to 0.64. Then effective length is equals to 0.64 into the L. So this shows the effective length of this dipole antenna having a length L by lambda by 2. And next we have another dipole antenna. Its length is lambda by 10. It's triangular current distribution. Triangular current distribution having an average current is equals to 0.5. Then effective length of this antenna is L is equals to 0.5 into L. Now for receiving antenna effective length, it is the ratio of induced voltage at the terminal of the receiving antenna under open circuited condition to the incident electric field intensity E. Means L is equals to voltage induced upon incident electric field intensity. So L is equals to V by E in meters or in wavelength. So we are getting this effective length for receiving antenna. We are having a dipole antenna and we are receiving electric field. We have effective length by using voltage induced and electric field intensity. Now effective length L is equals to V by E. V is the voltage induced, E is the incident electric field strength in volt per meter. For an antenna of radiation resistance RR is matched to the load. If radiation resistance is matched to the load, then we are having a maximum power at the load. This is the voltage induced. Then we are having a maximum power delivered to the load. W max is equals to V square by 4 RR. This equation we can get from the maximum power transfer theorem. Then we have RR as a radiation resistance. Radiation resistance is equals to our Thevenin resistance, and we are having the voltage induced is equals to electric field intensity into effective length. Then we put this equation into this equation and we are getting V max is equals to L E square into E square by 4 RR, and this is our maximum power delivered to the load. And we are now calculating maximum effective aperture. Maximum effective aperture is our maximum received power upon power density of incident wave. This equation we are already solved in our effective aperture lecture, so you can get this from that video also. And we are having this equation where we are having maximum received power. So we have maximum received power is equals to V square by 4 RR. So V square by 4 RR, and power density of incident wave is equals to P. Now V is equals to ELE, where here we put this equation. So we are getting LE square E square upon 4P RR. Then P is equals to E square by Z0, where Z0 is an intrinsic impedance that is equals to 120 pi, and E is our electric field intensity. So we put the value of P in this equation. So we are putting this P value from this. So we are getting E square by Z0, and E square cancel, and we are getting the maximum effective aperture in terms of effective length of an antenna. So LE square Z0 upon 4 RR. So these two terms are cancelled. So this is our maximum effective aperture and effective length. So this is the relation. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe and share my channel.